What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be continuing to show you how to make a Bathroom Chapter 2 in Minecraft. This is part 4, and in this one we're going to be getting this little room done, and also pretty much this entire little main recording room, including the Bendy banner up there, and also this little room here. We don't get the room where I'm standing, hello, or my alt account is standing. Done. That will be next part. But anyway, that's all. So with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Alrighty, so the first room we're going to start with is such a big room. Is so much going on, not actually. Get out the following to start with it, though. Chiseled bookshelves, I think, yeah. Stripped oak wood. Stripped jungle wood. Beehives. Oak planks. Item frames, oak fence, oak hanging sign, and an oak door. That's all the materials we'll need for the room other than 2, believe it or not. Head through, okay, so if you were in the start of this room here, this guy, you want to head down the left path and the opening on the right, this little 1x2. And if you head out and look at it, you want to take the strip jungle to the left here and extend it out with 4 chiseled bookshelves. And then another strip jungle. Extend that there right with 6 chisel bookshelves. Strip jungle wood. And then you will extend back towards the kind of area here with 2 chisel bookshelves that should preferably face into each other. Because then you'll want a gap of 1 and then another chisel bookshelf facing, again, preferably the way that we're going right now. Then you'll want a strip jungle wood, and then you can connect back to the other jungle wood with a chisel bookshelf. Bring each chisel bookshelf up with 3 stripped oak wood, and each just strip jungle up by 3. Yeah, and then make sure you fill over top of the doorway with the top 2 stripped oak wood. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am for the most part. Filling the floor of this very large room with oak planks, including in the doorway here, because we'll want a door there. And if you smack the door on the doorway, you'll want the handle facing to the left, like so. The only strip jungle wood pillar in this room, you'll extend, well, I guess you can't extend it up by 1, but you'll really take the composter above it and extend it over with strip jungle wood, and then the rest of the ceiling you're filling in with beehives. Facing left to right. Right? Yeah. Cool. On the wall opposite of the entrance door, you want to take the bottom left stripped oak. Count right 1, item frame. Can you place a hanging sign off the side of an item frame? No, you cannot. So you'll want to go up diagonally right with an item frame. Right. And then below that, this will want to be an item frame, but first I'm going to place an oak plank with an oak hanging sign to the left. And then you can break the oak plank and place that item frame. You extend either of those 2 item frames right by 1 each. You extend up 1, right 1. Then you'll end up having another item frame below this one, but on the opposite wall. You extend that item frame right by 3 on its new wall. And then the center 2 item frames you'll extend up by 1 each. And out of those middle 2, you'll also extend the left more 1 down. This oak hanging sign has a little bit of stuff to do with it. Oak fence underneath. And this is the same as the other ones, where on this particular side here that's facing out, you'll just want a ton of hyphens or dashes. And on the back, you want the kind of like straight line pointed up and down. 1 per line. Oh, that's so hard for my brain to do. Pressing those 3 keys in that particular order. Anyway. I'm not going to tell you to clear your inventory, but get rid of the final 4 things. And get out a block of stripped bamboo and bamboo mosaic slab. In this like back right corner, block of stripped bamboo with your slab on top. You can then get rid of those 2 things, and is there a hole in the wall? There is a hole in the wall in this room. Oh no, I removed it, right, because it was visible from the other wall. So it does no longer exist? Sure. Get out, in addition to what you have, oak slabs, oak stairs, spruce stairs, And a black stone stair, I think. Yep, that'll be what we do. Head through the oak door that you've now placed and look from the outside like so. Either strip jungle you'll bring out with 2 chiseled bookshelves and another strip jungle wood. We're going to wait on the floor for a while, so we'll be kind of suspended in midair for a bit here. Either strip jungle wood you'll extend up by 4 and connect together at the top. Bring each chiseled bookshelf up with 3 stripped oak wood that preferably faces up. And then you'll want the beehives filling in this little section in line with the strip jungle at the top, like so. From this point, you can take the left more strip jungle pillar and extend it to the left with 4 chiseled bookshelves. It should actually connect into another strip jungle if you've done everything correctly. And I'm going to place the 3 rows of stripped oak wood on top of this now, because a lot of them, or at least the next wall, won't have that. So we'll do that accordingly. Next up, you'll then take that stripped jungle kind of corner here, which, not the far one, it'll be this particular guy, I guess the middle of the 3 you're seeing. And you will extend it back with 9 chiseled bookshelves. And then a strip jungle. Then 4 chiseled bookshelves. Strip jungle. And we'll stop there for a second. Either of those 2 strip jungle, you'll extend up by 8. Which should hopefully be the same height as that one. Or is it one taller? It is one taller, so I'll add another block here. And then from that point, you want to bring each chisel bookshelf up with 2 stripped oak wood. And then you'll place the upside down spruce stair row on top of that. Only thing that's weird here is this longer row, you want to take the 4th to the right, which is this one, or alternatively one left of this center one, and you'll replace it with a black stone upside down stair instead. You'll then get rid of the black stone and get out an oak fence, or I guess oak fences, and what you can do, we're not going to use the fences yet, but we will need them. On top of this longer row of stairs, I am stuttering hard. You're going to go left to right and just do alternating stripped oak wood and stripped jungle wood like so. If you really just leave a gap of 1, place a placeholder row, which I'm going to use these spruce stairs, you'll want to copy that alternating block palette again, making sure that you do, as I mentioned, leave that 2 block gap. You'll extend that up by 1 as well, so it should be the height of the strip jungle that we have over here currently. You'll actually continue this alternating path through to the left, at least on the top side here, to this next section. So you'll start with stripped oak, then you'll do jungle oak, and you should end with jungle on this one. It doesn't work perfectly, I know, but it'll look like this regardless. For the oak fences, there are 2. Again, if you take the center of this right section, you want to count to the right by 2, and you'll place oak fences just connecting to stripped oak wood. On this other section, you'll place oak fence on top of these spruce stairs. Not the furthest left, but one to the right, you'll bring that fence up by 2. Heading back down to the bottom of this wall and continuing it in the same direction we've been going, you'll place 4 chiseled bookshelves, strip jungle wood, and then you'll extend across, which should be right if you're looking towards the door like this, with a chiseled bookshelf, upward facing strip jungle wood, and I specified this one because you'll then go left, or I guess it'd be right technically, with 5 sideways strip jungle wood, upward facing strip jungle, chiseled bookshelf, and then just another upward facing strip jungle. You'll want a gap of 4 going back from that, I guess, towards the door again. I'm going to place oak planks in the floor here, and then you'll want another strip jungle behind that. Then, making sure you place these facing either, like, along this row that we're going to place, or you can actually have them face towards the door side. You're going to want to place 8 chiseled bookshelves. Then extend that end one back towards the front with 15 And then you should be able to connect back into this strip jungle here with what should be 6 chiseled bookshelves. Correction, 7. I can't count. Counting's hard. The end strip jungle here, the one that you just connected into, you'll actually just connect to the one over here with an oaks, or with a row of oak slabs. Lord, I don't know why I'm struggling so much. You're basically isolating that little right square that we just made. And you can alternatively fill in the floor of this little right square with oak planks as well. I think now's a good time to fill in the floor. We don't have any reason to wait any longer. The rest of the floor is filled in, you know, where you would expect. A block lower than the little stage floor and, you know, a block below the walls. It's entirely oak planks. There's one section that isn't, but we're going to deal with that in a sec. It's just a weird row of stairs that we have to place in the corner. We're going to consider the door the back wall as we work here for a bit, just to make things a bit easier for me to explain without trying to decide what I want to do. So now that I've said it, it's going to maybe be true. Should have this. In the back left-hand corner, you're going to take this oak plank and count right by 4. So you're actually just going to be off the strip jungle. You'll break 3 out, then you'll break left, forward, left, forward, and then left 2. The strip jungle and the chiseled bookshelf on kind of the ends of this, you'll just want to bring either of them down by 1. And then you want to fill this with oak stairs that should face kind of into the corner that you just isolated. So you'll see kind of, I'll just have it like this. And you want to make sure they all connect, obviously. Just like that. Cool. I feel like there was something like this in chapter 1, but I don't remember. What you can do now is get rid of your oak fence and get out glass panes. And the wall that we've built up a little bit here, this left side, you want to take the chiseled bookshelves on the end, and this will actually apply to kind of both sides of this corner here. You'll bring each one up with 3 stripped oak wood and then 5 oak planks. And you can also just bring up the strip jungle ones that are facing upward kind of around this area to be the same height, which should be 8. So it'll be this one and also this one. Like so. I will also take this end strip jungle wood and bring it all the way up. And between these two, I'll have 2 rows of glass panes at the bottom. Another sideways row of strip jungle wood, and then the next 5 rows should be oak planks. Boom. Left of this, it is yet again the same thing where you're bringing the chiseled bookshelf up with 3 stripped oak wood and then 5 oak planks. And again, I'll bring this strip jungle up by 8. You can actually take the strip jungle just where the oak planks start for this part of the wall, and you'll extend it forward by 1 with strip jungle. And then if you get rid of your glass panes and get out ochre frog lights, you can place 2 ochre frog lights, strip jungle wood, and then you can bring this corner strip jungle up by 8 as well. We'll leave the stage for a bit here, but I guess what you can actually do is above this kind of line you just placed over the doorway there, you'll place 4 rows of oak planks. Nice. Next step is going to be looking at the wall with the door, which again is the back wall. And I'll take either strip jungle wood kind of corner from either side of the door and just extend it up by 4. Really the entirety of this wall section here you'll fill in with oak planks. What you can actually do though is on this left panel, if you place 2 rows of oak planks at the bottom and then the next door you'll place an oak plank on the left. Strip jungle to the right, you'll bring that strip jungle up by 2, and then that'll just be like a little notch, which will make more sense later. I'm just trying to place all the jungle and stuff that we can right now, so we don't need to get it back out later for anything. Should look like this. What you can do is get rid of your spruce stairs and chiseled bookshelves. I'm going to move the ochre frog lights to the front of my inventory and also get out mud bricks and mud brick slabs, I guess. You want to take on the doorway side, the kind of strip jungle where you have this row going across, and you'll place an upside down mud brick slab off of that. And you want to actually copy that on the other side of the stage here, like, which is also, I guess, where this intersection is. It's just off the back, so it's a little weird. You'll then extend either slab up with a block, in with an upside down slab, up with a block, in with an upside down slab, up with a slab, in with a block, in with 2 upside down slabs, each with a slab on top, and then you'll connect those slabs together with blocks. You can essentially... we will have to make some minor changes to this, but really bring all of this mud brick back with 4 rows of oak, another row of mud brick, and then 2 rows of oak. And yeah, you're just copying the same shape. You don't have to necessarily do the upside downs or the right side up slabs. I'm gonna not, yeah, because I just inverted that. It technically screws things up. But you do want blocks and upside down slabs. Like here, I'm only gonna do these. And yeah. I think that makes it. What kind of spaceship noises are you making? My PlayStation is doing weird things. It's funny, it doesn't make a noise for like the longest time, and then it'll just go like that wasn't a perfect impression, but you get the point. It starts making noises sometimes for fun. I guess it just gets bored, I don't know. So weird. You should, regardless, end up with this. On the top side of this, not in line with the mud bricks, but, you know, 1 row in, you'll just kind of fill up with oak planks to be the same height as the walls. Or alternatively in line with the top of the little arch. Nice. The chiseled bookshelves, you will extend up with 3 rows of stripped oak wood, and then however many oak planks you need to just fill in your wall space. Which, for all of it, will be at least 1. For some, it will be more. For some, it will be just 1. I guess technically, I was gonna say that would be implied with at least 1, but I guess technically, even if I said at least 1, it could be all of them 2 or more. Because at least 1 isn't wrong in that context. It's just not as close as you could get. Anyway, you should have that. And there's your stage. I guess. At least, you know, built up. Wow, this layout is taking forever. The 2 strip jungle on either side of the door section, you can bring up by 1 and then extend all the way back with your strip jungle wood sideways until you're at the end of the build. Or end of the room, I guess, not build. Technically build, though. This is the furthest we've been out yet so far. You will have your beehives facing left to right. You'll start with 4 rows here, and then you'll have the sideways strip jungle, and you should get the drill, I think, from this point. It's those same 4x4 tiles we've been doing for the first 3 parts. And this one lines up, I think, perfectly, it seems like, which is exciting. Never thought I'd see the day. Anything exciting to share at this point? I don't know if I said the thing yet. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I don't think I did. I am for the most part. I don't think I have anything exciting to share. You should be trapped outside of your build. You should have this. On each of the 3 that are above the stage, you want to break the row closest to the stage, the center 2 beehives, and place ochre frog lights. You'll want oak trap doors on the underside of each of those. I'll just get rid of the mud brick slabs to do this. And also, you'll want them on the 1 set of ochre frog lights we placed earlier, just open against it, like so. Nice. Before we clear our inventory, though, that weird row strip jungle we added, you can kind of copy it in the ceiling panel here. Just kind of break a row of 3 in line with it, like so. Again, will be more important later, but not quite yet. Okay, do we want to start... Let's start with the stage, shall we? I think that might be the most annoying part. Clear your inventory and get out the following. Oak trapdoors. Oak fence. Oak hanging sign. Mud brick walls. Structure voids. Scaffolding. Stripped oak wood. Item frames. And stripped birch wood. That is not... There we go. Looking at the stage, you want to take the back left-hand corner and count forward by 1, and you'll place a scaffolding with a stripped oak wood on top. Each side of that stripped oak wood, you want an oak trap door against it, except for the right side you'll leave open. In front of that scaffolding, you'll leave a 2-block gap, structure void, mud brick wall, structure void. Bring the wall up with an oak fence. From that back left corner, you will count right by 2 and place an oak fence with an oak hanging sign on top. You'll need to place a placeholder up diagonally, either left or right from the sign, and then place the... Or from the fence rather than place the sign on top. And I'm going to do the hyphens again on the front and the fun little lines on the back. And I'm going to, again, get rid of this sign in my inventory, and I'm going to control block pick this so I actually have that sign, so I don't have to do that every time. To the right of that, you want to place 2 oak trap doors extending up, opened forward. We'll build the, at least the back of each chair, and then we're going to do the front after later. Gap of 1 going across another set. Gap of 2 again. Gap of 1 again. Between these end 2, you want to be the technically second oak plank in front. This would be the first right here, and second would be here. Oak fence with your funny sign on top. So I'll place 2 blocks up on the right, sign off of the side. This one actually does face that way, yeah. Although between the other 2, these trapdoors, you'll again be the second block forward and you'll have the same thing. Only difference is the sign is facing backwards this time. In front of that sign by a block, you'll place 2 oak trap doors on this block that are open forward. And then similar thing again, you'll leave gaps of 1, or leave a gap of 1 going right twice, like so. In front of that rightmost one, you'll leave a gap of 1, oak fence, and then you'll have an oak hanging sign on this one again, facing backwards. To the right of that fence, you'll take the 3rd block over, and you'll have oak trap doors open to the left side of this block. From this oak fence with the sign, you will count left 2 forward, fence, left 1, or gap of 1 going left, fence, gap of 2 going left, and then you'll have 2 oak trap doors open against the right half of this block. I will just bring the blocks up in the center between these signs, and the right fence, I keep saying signs, fence. The right fence, you'll place the sign facing forward, and the left one, you'll have it facing back. There is one exception here for the chairs, and we'll start with it. The front row of 3, the leftmost, you will place from the bottom half, or the bottom trapdoor, you'll go forward with 2 trapdoors like so, coming off the top. Second one, you'll open. The rest of them, you'll take the top trapdoor, and you'll place a trapdoor in front of it, kind of off of the... Oh my goodness gracious. Coming off of the bottom of it, and then below that trapdoor, you'll have another one opened to kind of create the chair shape like this. Hopefully that makes sense. Just so the only reason I did them mostly this way is so you had more room to fit these signs and things. Although you can kind of mix and match if you want. That one actually could be like that, but meh. The one exception chair you will place an item frame on, like the seat of, and if you get rid of your, I guess, scaffolding, sure. You can get out a name tag. Pop the name tag in the item frame, and you want it to where the, like, silver part of the name tag is pointed to the right. Cool. In the back right corner of this whole thing, you'll have 2 mud brick walls with an oak fence on top. Off either side of the bottom mud brick, you want structure voids. That is an instrument. This is the drum, I think, in the back left, and this one is violin, maybe? I can't remember. I forget the order, and I'm also not great with my instruments. On the right side, from the... I'm going to take the 3rd strip jungle up, which is this one, which would include this little half block, but not that it's important. Count left by 1 and place 4 item frames from there, going across. Center 2 you'll bring down. Of the center to the left one you'll bring up. One more thing with this set of materials, I believe. Yes. The top row of stripped oak wood on the back wall, you want to break the center 6 for, which should leave you with 4 on the left and the right. And alternatively, you can just use the kind of arch you have here, like see these 2 center. You'll just kind of trace down and then break 2 off either side from there. You'll then break 3 rows up. And this full place, or full space, you'll fill in with sideways strip birch wood. Just like so. I do realize we can use some of these materials to finish off the rest of this room. However, I'm not really concerned about that. I'm going to kind of break this up a little bit, just for my sake of not having to run around a million times, and I guess for your sake too. But you can clear your inventory and get out oak stairs. I'm thinking I know we need mud brick slabs. Also spruce slabs. Nether brick fence. You need levers, but we have to /set block each of them individually. So I wouldn't worry about getting them out. But you'll also need paintings. Just for a couple random things we can do, we'll go jungle stairs. It's not jungle. There we go. Oak planks. Polished blackstone buttons. And oak trapdoors? Sure. That works. From the back wall, you want to take not the top row of strip birch, but 1 down, and you leave a gap of 1 left and right of it and place a 1x1 painting on both sides. They both should be this one that I just got 2 for 2. This is a moment in history. Clip that, gentlemen. Anyway. To both the right and left, actually, of the strip birch again, you'll take the top oak plank here and extend down with 2 nether brick fence. You will, on both sides from there, leave a... Well, on the right side, you'll leave a gap of 1 extending forward and place 2 coming off the mud brick. On the left, you'll count forward 2 and right 1. Turn this slab, upside down slab, into a block and have 2 nether brick fence below that. Actually, I do have it as a mud brick stair, so you can get rid of the slabs and get out a mud brick stair if you want. And I have it as a stair pointed to the right, like so. Doesn't matter which you do, though. In line with the furthest, like the left nether brick fence we started with, at the very front, not the very front, but 1 back, you'll just place 2 nether brick fence down here. From that one, you will count right 2, back 1. Replace this with an upside down oak stair that faces right with 2 nether brick fence below. On the right side, you're kind of going to be 1 block outside of these fences that we placed. And you'll be not the frontmost oak slab, but 1 back. Upside down oak stair facing left with a singular nether brick fence below. All of these are at the same height, which means you can actually... 2 blocks down, you can just place a block under one of them, doesn't matter, and stand on it. And basically, you want to go up against each fence, and you're going to do /set block, ~, lever, and then you'll want bracket, lever direction equals, it'll be one of them. I'm going to try east for me first. And I can see that is definitely not it. Right. Okay, so I want to say it is... Is it up or down? Down, east, west is what I'm going to start with. And that is correct. It's down, east, west for me, so it'll either be down, east, west like this, or it'll be down, north, down underscore, north underscore, south. You can see on Bedrock it gives you the prompts very nicely, but yeah, and you can just slash set block each of them like so. And if they're pointed... I like them pointed back towards the, like, back wall of the stage. If you have it to where when you place them, they're pointed this way, you can just flip them. Even though they technically aren't supposed to be placed here, they don't seem to care if you move them at all. So, yeah. And once you've done that, it should look like this. We do have one more we need to place, actually, as well. We're going to call the door the front wall now. You'll take the back right-hand corner. And from this particular beehive, you'll count left 1, forward 2, and you'll come down with 5 nether brick fence. And then I think I have to be 1 block lower. So if you're here, you see my coordinate is whatever. I'll make the Y just 1 lower, and then I'll do it again. And it should look like that. Cool. I know it's weird, but sometimes it's like that. So... The funny little strip jungle bracket we have here. You want to take, not the bottom, I guess the middle block on the wall, and you'll place an upside down jungle stair coming off of it. Above it, jungle stair facing into the wall, and then off that another upside down jungle stair facing out, like so. You'll then want to be pretty much directly below that, and coming up from this corner, you'll place 2 oak planks with an oak stair facing into the front wall on top. Pretty much copy that behind it, but the oak stair is going to face backward rather than forward. Off the left of each oak plank, you'll place polished blackstone buttons. And then what we can do from this point is from this count to the left to the 4th block over. And on this particular block, you're placing a 1x2 painting. Gap of 2 going left, and then add another one. And then if you go all the way to the end here... You will be on the left wall, the middle stripped oak of these 3. You'll have another 1 block painting, which is right here. And you can see I'm going with the black and white for the 1 blocks and this Mario guy for the 1x2s. That'll probably stay consistent, but with me, there's a good chance that it just switches randomly. Ah, I forgot about the transparency thing that's still happening on console and not PC. Not sure why, but, you know. Anyway. We didn't use the oak trap doors, but I'm going to tell you to clear your inventory anyway. Yeah. And get back out those oak trap doors. Also get out block of strip bamboo. Bamboo mosaic slabs. Mud brick walls. Oak fence. The infamous oak hanging sign, I'm just taking you. Looms? Mud brick? Never mind, we already have mud brick walls. Frick. Yellow banner, I guess, then. And item frames. Yeah, I kind of just tuned those out. I can't even lie. From the right more painting, you want to count left by 1. And coming up from this particular block, you're placing 2 oak trap doors opened not against the wall. Take that bottom trap door and extend it towards you by 2, and that second one you'll open. You will leave a gap of 4 going left and copy the same chair. Hopefully I should need to, again, instruct this, because if you also made chapter 1, there's like 7 million of these chairs. To the left of the right chair, that's good grammar, you're going to place a block of... Actually, that is fine grammar. You're going to place a block of strip bamboo with a mosaic slab on top. Gap of 1 going left, a random mud brick wall, which I think is a trash can. Gap of 3 from that, ignore the chair. Oak fence with a hanging oak sign on top that's facing outwards. Do you want to place the item frames? Sure. Right of that sign, item frame. Extend the item frame up by 2. You'll want 1 on the stair. And then that middle item frame, you'll extend both left 1 and right 2. To the left of the fence and sign, you want to place 2 oak trapdoors extending up, open to the left. This is not a chair. You're placing 2 looms to the left of that trapdoor, and the bottom trapdoor, and then you're copying the trapdoors on the opposite side. You'll also have 2 oak trapdoors on top of the looms opened up. This is a piano. I remember this one. In the corner left of this, block a strip bamboo with a slab on top. Above that, you can actually place an item frame on this block, which it shares with the painting, and the painting doesn't really mind. I think the item frame would be dramatic more than the painting, because item frames seem to not like you placing blocks there on them, but paintings don't care that much. Right of that item frame, you'll place 3 more item frames, and each of those 3 you'll bring up by 1. Although paintings really don't like fences, I've noticed. Like, if I try to do this, I don't have a painting, but like if I were to place a fence here, it would break, or a wall even. Looking at this window, the bottom right corner, which is this strip jungle, you're placing a yellow banner off of. Above the window, this kind of row of oak planks above, you'll place a mud brick wall in either end one. Looms in the center. You can clear your inventory now. And we can finish this room. How's that one sound? You want both blackstone and sandstone walls. Block of coal. Stripped birch wood. Mud bricks. And oak stairs. We're going to also end up having to do these areas, but I'm not worried about those just yet. And I guess also this hallway, but that's after we finish these. So, above the kind of 3 set of the trifecta of looms here, you'll take the center one and count up by 2. Strip birch wood in place of this oak plank. You want to surround the kind of top of that with block of coal. Just don't basically go lower than it at any point. And these side coals you bring up by 1. Bendy with the sick hairdo. On the left side, you want to be above the, I guess if you're looking at it, the left more oak trap door, sandstone wall, gap of 1 to the right, another sandstone wall, and you can actually copy these on the other side. So you have this, and 2 blackstone walls on top of each will give you pipes. For this doorway opening, you'll have a mud brick in either top corner, oak stairs connecting them together, another row of oak stairs below. Tell you what, our first priority will be finishing the room behind the window, because that one I'm gonna forget for sure if we don't do it. So clear your inventory, and this one we can also do when we do this guy, because yeah. You want chiseled bookshelves. That was not chiseled bookshelves. Stripped oak wood. Beehives. Ochre frog light. Oak trap door. Oak planks. Oak door. Item frames. Oak fence, and we'll need a couple more things. So I'm gonna just break through the window because I don't really care. And you'll take the strip jungle from either side and extend it back by 3. I was off by a block on that side. There we go. You'll then extend either back chisel bookshelf towards each other by 2. And you're just immediately extending each bookshelf up with 2 stripped oak wood. Making sure you also go over the gap in the center you should have. Did I say you were supposed to go in by 3? I might have. It was 2. So you should have a 1 block gap in the center. Behind the center of the window, you're placing an ochre frog light from this strip jungle with an oak trap door underneath, and then the rest of the ceiling is beehives facing left to right. Also, the floor is oak planks a block below the bottoms of the walls, making sure you do fill inside the doorway here. You will want an oak door in the doorway that is blocked off with oak planks behind. This room is symmetrical. Fun fact. You can place along these side walls just like item frames against this back row. Oak fences in either front corner. And then if you clear your inventory, you'll want those funny oak hanging signs again. I'm stealing one again. Along with levers and I guess glass pans to fix our catastrophe. You'll place an oak hanging sign on each fence that is facing backwards like so. So you have the hyphens on this side and those lines on this side. Lever to the left of the ochre frog light that is pointed kind of towards the door, and then you can patch up the window, and there's that room done. For the room with the little bendy cutout here, Yeah, we're gonna go a little over 40 when we do this, but we might as well just get it done because there's no reason and no point in waiting, I should say. You want to get out chiseled bookshelves, stripped oak wood, stripped jungle wood, oak planks, beehives, black concrete. Maybe you don't necessarily need it, but might as well. And you'll want one of your bendy banners. So, heading into this little area with the fences, I'm actually just going to head through here and I'll look from the outside at the fences. You'll take the strip jungle to the left. Make sure you're in line with the fences and you'll come out with 4 chiseled bookshelves that I'll just have pointed towards me. And then a strip jungle. Extend from there right with 4 chiseled bookshelves. Stripped jungle. 4 chiseled bookshelves. Stripped jungle. 4 oak planks, and then I'll place a black concrete. I will extend it forward or kind of towards the little, I guess Alice, or is it where Alice shows up? I might be crazy. No, I don't think it is, but it's a little recording booth there. You'll place 5 black, extending towards it, and then left of that I'll just go 4 oak planks to connect into the wall. There's literally nothing crazy. You could probably predict everything we're going to do to fill this up. The chiseled bookshelves up with 3 stripped oak wood, and everything else that's supposed to, or that is not a chiseled bookshelf, you're just bringing up by 3 of the same block. This really is easy. It's one thing that I think makes the Bendy tutorials nice and also kind of lame at the same time, because they are fairly self-explanatory in that sense. Some of the details are interesting, but like it is fairly basic, which is, again, helpful because it makes it quicker, but also annoying because it's like, alright, time to do the same thing again. Fill in the floor a block below the height of these walls with oak planks, or just in line with those spruce stairs. And the ceiling is the beehives with those stripped jungle pillars. This room actually splits up perfectly into 4 cubes, like so. So you can really just take either of the stripped jungles from the one side and bring them across, and then you'll fill in with beehives that should face along this hallway, actually. Yeah. I guess along from the way you're looking at it. And then we'll have to place the Bendy banner. So you can head back through into this room, and you should have this. The Bendy banner is placed... So you have that, like, oak fence pillar that connects all the way up. The fence to the right of it, you'll just be behind it a block, and you'll smack the Bendy banner there facing perfectly out. He is surveying the premise. Anyway, once you've done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is Batum Chapter 2, Part 4 complete. Next part, we'll do the, I guess, the little, like, room with the screens and stuff that is just behind me. And then we'll start working on the path in this room. And once that little room is done, we're moving on to, like, the infirmary side and stuff, which is really where most of the chapter is. I know it feels like we're flying through it, but I guess as much as we are, like, I guess if you look at the amount of progress we have here, that is a fair good bit. We started there, and I mean, you know, that is a lot for 4 parts, but I don't think this pace will keep up, because, again, the sewer especially, that section will be really annoying to make just overall, because it's really, like, interesting, or uniquely shaped. Anyway, thank you guys for whatever you guys did enjoy this video. That's enough rambling from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.